Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be doing something a bit different. It's a series idea I've had in mind for quite a long time now, and so the series is called Somewhere in Time. So basically the idea of the series is that I find a random album, preferably one of my favourite albums, and I review it. And it's called Somewhere in Time because it can be from any year. It could be from the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and also because there's an Iron Maiden album which is named Somewhere in Time. I have it here. So it seems like a kind of funny sort of thing that I could make a series out of. And today I'm going to be starting off with what is now, I think many people knew this, but what is now my favourite album of all time. I own it on CD. It is Rust in Peace by Megadeth. So I own it on CD, but it's, to save money, it's sort of a mash of two albums. So it's Rust in Peace and Countdown to Extinction. So just imagine it's not here for now, but yeah, I have this. But anyways, this is the only album that I actually own on vinyl. So I'm going to use this for the video. And the way this is going to work is I'm just going to go through each song on the album, which I'll just see on the back here. And basically I'm just going to give my thoughts on the song. Then I'm going to give my overall, what I think overall of this album. Maybe rate it, I don't know about it yet. This is the first episode of this series, so yeah. So, to begin with, first song on the album is Holy Wars, The Punishment Due. Incredible song. Definitely, it should be at least top 5 Megadeth songs in my opinion. One of the absolute best on this album, and one of the best metal songs of all time. Now, one of the things I enjoy most about it is the change of tempo and the way the song progresses. So one of the things I've noticed in songs, a lot of songs, is that sometimes the length of a song can be important, whether it should be quite a long song, whether it should be quite a short song. And Holy Wars, the song is 6.5 minutes. It definitely works for its sound, and an amazing song, in my opinion. And so, yeah, that's why it's one of my absolute favourites, because there's nothing wrong with it. So the second song on the album is Hangar 18. This is another one of their most well-known songs, and I think it got a music video. I don't know if it's on the official Megadeth channel though. And so, yeah, I can't remember what the song is about exactly, but it's about something. I don't even remember what it's about. But the guitar work, I should have said this on Holy Wars, but Marty Friedman in Megadeth was incredible as a guitar player. Just an amazing guitar player on that album, and definitely one of my favourite guitarists of all time. And the guitar on this song is just incredible. That's one of the main reasons for this song being an incredible song. Just the random guitar sort of parts. I forget what the word is. I can't think of what the word is when it just is the guitar. But yeah. So yeah, that's Hangar 18. Amazing song. So the third song is I've never really decided whether I love this song or I hate this song, but it's Take No Prisoners. This Take No Prisoners is kind of I'd say it's the least well-known song on this album, and it's still a really good song. This album has no bad songs, but definitely it's a really great song. Not the best on the album for sure. Actually, I know what my favourite on this album is. We'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, there's just something you can't really understand what the song's meant to be about, really, in my opinion. You can't really sort of really understand it loads for someone who's listened to this album multiple times. But to me, there's nothing much to say about it other than it's a great song, but I just prefer the other ones. That's pretty much all I can say. And so, yeah, that's all I'm going to say about it. So the next song this is kind of hard for me. The next two songs, actually, I have something to say. So the next song is Five Magics. Now, just the thing is though, the whole bass guitar and how long it takes to build up, I'm not a huge fan of. Like in Megadeth, I get in a prog rock song like maybe Dream Theater or Opeth, you would want that sort of long sort of start of the song that just goes for quite a while. But I don't really like it when bands do that with their albums if they're not like a progressive rock and metal band. So it's kind of just a huge build up that doesn't really need to be there. But once the song gets going, it's an incredible song. Just the bass slow sort of intro, I'm not a huge fan of. But yeah, and also this is one of the songs we get to hear David Ellefson on the vocals. I think it's David Ellefson. I've never been 100% sure, but I'm guessing he would be the backing vocalist on most Megadeth. Right, so on the record, also, I just realised I might include My Creation. It's not on the record, but it's on the CD. And when I listen to the album, I do think I might have listened to it because it's kind of a part of the album, and I listen to it mostly on CD. So I'll include My Creation when we get to it. Hopefully, I don't forget. So moving on to the second, or what is the second side of the record, is Poison Was the Cure. Now, about Five Magics, once again, the intro really isn't needed, and it's also really quite short as well. Just cut out the bass. I mean, yeah, you could have a bass intro, but just not as long, and you could just start sort of as a slower bass build up, like one that doesn't go on for as long, and then make your way into the song, and then after that you have an amazing song, and it's just a bit longer as well. That I think would make this song 100%. I would say this song, I'm not going to do this for all the songs time now, but I'd say this song is definitely an 8.5 out of 10. It's still an incredible song. I love how heavy it is, and I love how sort of aggressive it sounds. The chorus as well, one of my favourite choruses, definitely an incredible song. So moving on from that is the song Lucretia. Now I think I remember this one. This has a very interesting backstory. Now this won't be 100% correct, but I think Dave Mustaine once had like something in his loft or attic or whatever you call it, and they just thought it was and his family thought it was a ghost or something, and it got a name and also got a song, and it's definitely not my favourite on the album, but it's an amazing song still. Like, on this album, this album is definitely my favourite album of all time now. And still, I might not be saying the song's perfect, but still it's a good 9.5 out of 10 for me. Every song on here is definitely, but we'll get to all of them in a moment. And yeah, Lucretia is, I don't know, it feels weirdly long when it's not really, and it's just, but that's fine though. But I was thinking for some reason it should have been longer, but it's not, it shouldn't really. And yeah, it's still one of the best, I think. Also, because this is now my favourite album of all time, let me know if I should rank all the songs on here, because I think that'll be a really interesting, really fun ranking episode. And also because the new Megadeth album is coming out soon, the ranking episode for Megadeth will be updated when it comes out. Same for Slipknot. And yeah, so that's what I have to say about Lucretia. Now, this next one is my favourite song of all time now. You probably can't see it, but it is Tornado of Souls. Now, just to remember what I said about Marty Friedman being an incredible guitarist, I have my favourite solos of all time. I have quite a few solos that I think are probably my favourite. This has to be my favourite guitar solo of all time. Definitely the absolute best in my opinion. And I just love Marty Friedman as a guitarist. Incredible guitarist. Sometimes, like, I've seen the, what is it? The video of them live in Woodstock, and just like every few seconds Dave Mustaine looking over at him. It can be quite funny at moments on that. And yeah, just the guitar style is the main thing, and the chorus, the main riff, everything about the song is 100% perfect, and definitely one of the best. So moving on from that is what is probably the weakest song on the album, but I still would enjoy it, is Dawn Patrol. This is probably my least favourite on the album, even though, like, I think most bassists, you can probably tell where I'm going with this if you've heard the song, but most bass guitarists are underrated, because if you listen to music, you can hear the guitar, you can hear the drums a lot, you can also hear the vocals, but a bass is like the one instrument that you can't always hear, and one instrument you don't always pay attention to, and most of these bass guitarists end up actually being an amazing talent on the instrument, and this is where you really get to hear David Ellefson on bass. And this song just, I don't know, it's just me. Dawn Patrol was like a very sort of oddly dark song, in my opinion. Like, it's just weird. To me, but it doesn't stop it from being an amazing song. So, the last song on the album is the title track with Polaris added on to the end there, which, yeah, I always got this song when I was listening to it on CD. I always used to get this song confused with My Creation, because there's a part in the middle of the song where it just, like, a moment of silence and it jumps back into the song. I thought the song had ended and it goes into My Creation, and then I was thinking, what? Just My Creation comes on. I'm thinking, didn't we just have that? Apparently not. But amazing song, actually. Definitely a perfect way to end the album. Well, kind of. If you listen to it on like vinyl or something. If you're on CD, in my opinion, you've still got My Creation, which I will talk about in a moment. But yeah, and this song also has an amazing chorus, just about the right length, and just everything about that song is really, really good. So yeah, that's technically the entire album. I will include My Creation. So the thing about My Creation is I don't have a whole lot to say about it, because it's like the hidden track, I guess. I'm sitting next to my bed, it's so loud, so I hope you can like hear it like really loudly in the video. But yeah, My Creation, sometimes I don't finish the album, but it's a good song. There's just not a lot to say about it, because I don't listen to it loads. But it's a good song. It's still kind of heavy. It's still definitely, I don't know why it was a bonus track, because you could have just added it onto the album. Maybe they couldn't for whatever reason. It was just a bonus track on the CD version of the album. But great song either way. So that is the first episode of the new series, Somewhere in Time. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if I should do some more like this, because I'll be happy to do so. See you in the next video, and goodbye for now.